Test, test, test. Want to make sure we got everything going right. You guys could let me know. I've been battling all week. I got a new mic stand, and I've been playing with filters and YouTube tutorials. So I need to make sure the sounds sound okay. Sounds good. Does the can you hear the music? Does the music sound good? Need to know. Actually, can you hear myself? Oh, hold on. I hear myself somewhere. Ah! Give me a second, guys. I have got a window open somewhere. I don't know where. I don't think I do. That's muted. I don't have Twitch open. Man, we should be good. Let's roll with it. Anyway, if you guys are asking where the intros were, I just use Canva and play a bunch with that stuff. But if the audio sounded good, and guys, let me know because throughout the stream, because I spent a lot of time in this, and there's like 6 different filters on this now, and even including like the AI ones, and the AI ones flip out when I whisper, and that's just because I'm an idiot and I tend to whisper when I'm doing streams when I talk about the SEC. Give me 1 second. I've got feedback coming from somewhere. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Okay, so it was Twitch or Twitter. So anyway, welcome to the Rainbow Trends stream. This is Rainbow Runner doing our weekly update for Rainbow Trends. We do this every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the main advertisement for the whole stream, no, it's not an advertisement. This stuff's awesome. But if you're curious why my charts are covered in rainbows, we're chasing whales. We're chasing them in the charts. And we have 20,000 lines of code and a whole rainbow theory setup that we run through doing our trades. We've got an awesome group. And if you've never found out or follow any of our guys, definitely make sure to check them out or check us out at the very top. There's a click here, join our Discord community. It's free and you can hop on, and once we're done with the stream in about an hour, we actually hop on in the Discord and we do a roundtable open mic and share charts, talk theories, talk whatever, and normally we can get the OGs to show. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Hey, is it back? Is the mic back? Let me know. You're back. Awesome. Thank you guys. I have no idea what just happened. The mic literally quit working and I unplugged it, plugged it back in. That didn't work. I clicked one setting and it turned back on. But back to the show. We back. Technical difficulties all around. Anyway, what's going on, guys? The biggest thing, we broke all-time high. This is the King Daddy order block, and we've got the halvening coming. We've been pushing through. Things are looking really, really bullish. I know a lot of people are butting heads with the ideas of us just continuing to set all-time highs. But one of the really cool things I've always seen my buddy 9K mention is there's a lot of money and a lot of people that just sideline until we break all-time high and hold it. And we're pretty much at that point. Maybe we could get some other stuff. Maybe something really stupid could pull it down. Either way, we're above the all-time high order block, guys, and we kind of had a pullback today slightly to test it. I saw a lot of drama on crypto Twitter talking about a nuke, and then I logged in to go check it, and price was still above $70,000. So we need to kind of check ourselves, because frankly, you guys know this website. I will drop it in the chat. And mind you, if you're on Twitter, comments don't work, so hit us up on Twitch if you want to comment with us there, or just come talk to us in the Discord after. But shout out Farside Investors, this ETF flow bot that they have that does an automated table. I keep referencing it because it's the best. Big thing that happened this week was March 12th. ETF flows broke $1 billion. Mind you, that's coming in at an all-time high, so those guys are slightly underwater right now. But the fact that we broke $1 billion and BlackRock themselves almost broke $1 billion by themselves was phenomenal. On top of that, that was a day when Fidelity didn't do much at all. So keep that in mind. I think it's going to get really, really stupid when we start getting numbers where BlackRock's really on afterburners and Fidelity. These numbers are going to get even worse. Now, mind you, these guys can sell, but until that's mass read across the board, I'm considering this bullish until it's not. And a lot of people want to just look at the charts, the TA, and say, hey, it's oversold, it's overbought, there's bear divs, all this other stuff. Sure, it's there, but at the same time, when the chart's telling you one thing, you have to check reality. And check kind of like the fundamental analysis of like what's going on. And what's going on right now? Supply issues. This type of stuff, this Bitcoin that's showing up in these ETFs is getting jam-packed straight into cold storage. Fidelity now has $6.7 billion in Bitcoin locked up in cold storage. BlackRock now has $12 billion. I think they have more than even Michael Saylor right now. So shout out to BlackRock for getting all this going. It's really awesome. What's up, Vital? What's up, Pixa? Pixa with the mic issues, as always. And speaking of Saylor, I saw this. I don't know if this is true, but this is kind of interesting, and I don't really know Andrew, but they're saying that apparently a fund blew out $1 billion on the MicroStrategy BTC spread trade today. They covered into the close, which is why BTC dumped, and MicroStrategy's premium went to all-time highs. P&L pocketed by Saylor himself and put back into BTC. So pretty awesome. It's just cool to see. I don't know how else to put it. Like, regardless of that type of stuff, price is going up, MicroStrategy is going up, everything's going up. And if you do the math, because people want to compare this to like what the miners are doing, and I think you can see the calculator here. Miners right now, give or take, prior to the halvening, and mind you, the halvening's coming up next month, they're producing 65 million. So it's about 900 Bitcoin per day times the current price. 65 million is what they're producing. So Fidelity alone consumed 4 times that. BlackRock consumed like 9 times that. This is about to get cut in half to 450 Bitcoin a day times current price, whatever it is, 72,000. So it's about to go down to 32 million. Long story short, if the miners are producing $32 million worth of Bitcoin per day, 450 Bitcoin, where is all this supply going to be coming from? And a good part of that, a good chunk of that, is going to be coming from Grayscale, right? Grayscale has an ungodly amount of Bitcoin that they've built up over the years. It's somewhere around 300,000 something spot Bitcoin. Not millions, not billions, 300,000 something Bitcoins that they have in cold storage. And something really, really interesting happened this week that I've got to find. Hold on one second. I got to find the post. Hold on. We had it. I just looked it up. Pixa had it posted. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to find it. Website. It's in the crypto discussion. Scale. They're basically what's happening is people have tracked down the Grayscale wallets, and they can watch what happens when Grayscale is depositing. So I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, it looks like it's good. What's up, Josh? So just about every morning, or most mornings, they actually watch the Bitcoin Trust from Grayscale start sending in Bitcoins in like roughly 800 clip sizes, which are roughly like $60 million to Coinbase at a time. And the other day, we watched them deposit $792 million worth of Bitcoin, 11,000 Bitcoin essentially, right? And this immediately caused a market sell-off because people thought, oh my God, we're going to have $1 billion sale day. And I'm walking you guys through this because I don't fully understand it yet. There's dynamics here that I don't think are fully appreciated. It's not the equation or the assumption that everybody had that Bitcoin goes, gets deposited, gets instantly sold is not the case. This was 800 million. And per the ETF flows, this was the day that they deposited. And if you look here, they only sold $79 million. So, do the math. We're an order of magnitude here off. We're a 0 off. Something's up with this. I'm not sure what it is. I would love to have the answer for you guys. I don't have it, but the reason I'm pointing through it is this is an assumption that threw me off. The assumption is not true. They definitely are depositing Bitcoin to sell them, but it's not 1-to-1. Now, why would Grayscale send stuff in, send 10 times their planned sales for the day? I really don't know. I would love to have an expert come on. Michael Saylor, if you want to come talk about what Grayscale does, or Barry Silbert, if you're not in court, come talk to us. That'd be great. I don't know. And it's concerning because, the truth be told, as awesome as this price is with all these flows and everything, Mr. Barry Silbert is sitting on 300-something thousand Bitcoin, and the market cannot just flash crash absorb that very well. I don't care who you are. It's a concern. Now, mind you, these guys, BlackRock, Fidelity, BitB, all these other guys, they could totally sell all the Bitcoins all at one day if they wanted to. Probably going to happen, but there's definitely going to be an exodus one day. But I don't really know. Hopefully there's some clarity here with what's going on. Frankly, maybe the deposits address are not correct anymore, or the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust aren't correct anymore. We don't really know. Something's up. Maybe Arkham can explain it later. I don't really know. I know there was some shenanigans with the Tesla wallets. They thought Tesla had started buying, so I don't really know. But anyway, what's up, Odin? Odin Sar. No, I don't think Barry is savvy at all. So I don't think he's gonna sell, but I will tell you this. Barry Silbert's offloading at the all-time high, so he's winning, unfortunately. But you gotta realize the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, that's not his funds, he just has custody of them. So it takes, the clients themselves have to offload them. But either way, this was one of the most interesting things that I saw this week, is flat out, this data is real. I know this for a fact. This is tracked. This is through APIs. SEC is not going to let them do anything with any shenanigans. This money is locked up in BlackRock, Fidelity, BitB, ArcB, you name it. It's there. And also, you know, the numbers of what Grayscale's offloading. We can even see, like, they have to report how many Bitcoins under their AUM, and it's dwindling. It was over 400,000. It's now in the 300,000s, and it's coming down. But the few different things here. This, I want to figure out and understand better. Also, I want to know when Barry is going to be out of Bitcoin. Because if the miners are going to come up to the halving on 418, 419-ish, maybe 420, depends. That's bullish because there's less supply. If Grayscale runs out of powder, that's like a halvening times 7. All this offloading no longer goes into the mouths of Fidelity or Grayscale, whatever, or for Fidelity or BlackRock. It's got to come from somewhere else. And that means price is going to start having some issues. In other words, like, number likely go up, right? And like I said, I'm not really interested in bearish cases anymore. Or I really haven't in a long time. Pretty much, you guys know me, we mapped this entire bottom, this range, and we even watched this come back and retest this upper pivot of this low range. But once we broke through here, like 33,000, I really ran out of arguments to not have your bags packed. And since then, price has doubled. And price hasn't even really gone parabolic yet. So people want to like base it off numbers. We're really high. This is the highest we've seen something go before a halvening and stuff like that. History doesn't always repeat. And to quote my buddy Josh Olowicz, which I can't say his last name, let alone spell it, I apologize. History doesn't repeat, but it will rhyme. So we are going up into a halvening that's rhyming, but we're breaking all-time highs, which we haven't seen. But we've also been going through some inflation issues, etc. Some of the other countries that have insane inflation, Bitcoin's been at an all-time high for like 3 years, and it just keeps going. So shout out to my Turkish Rainbow Theory traders. You guys rock. And I'm sorry that your currency's going through that, because I can't imagine not being able to have a store of value that I can just hold for like a week. But anyway, sorry, this is gonna bug me because it's on my screen. Give me a second. Move that over. Anyway, going off on a few tangents here. This really has me interested. I'm still watching the ETFs flows every day. The big thing I wanted to see was $1 billion. We did it. And I don't even feel like Fidelity and all them are on the afterburners. Frankly, all the normies that normally bug me about crypto, they haven't said anything. I've had one guy hit me up and did the stereotypical meme of the guy wearing the sleeveless vest that we've seen everybody memeing, and we literally got to 70,000 and he just sent me a photo and said, "Back to where we started, huh?" And I had to politely tell him no. I started buying Bitcoin below 5 digits, so no. And it's awesome, and I'm glad that it upsets you, because now you're looking at it. But I'm not about to tell you or anyone else who's not crypto friendly to start buying Bitcoin at $70,000. So pump your brakes. Now, I'm bullish. Flow is going into Bitcoin. You know, miners halvening is coming up. It's 35 days. We are 97.49% of the way there. There's no way around it. This is coming. Now, it can go days before, days after. It all depends on how fast the hash rate's going. Something I like to show you guys is the hash rate. So shout out YCharts. Hold on one second. The YCharts here is, sorry, we're putting kids down to sleep. YCharts here shows you the actual hash rate increasing, as it should be. But one thing I'm kind of wanting to see is trying to keep an eye on. This will hurt the miners. Their revenue will be hurt badly. A lot of their hardware is no longer going to be profitable unless price skyrockets up. It's just the way it is, and there's always a shock, and then we have supply crunch, price starts your four-wheel cycle, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You guys know the drill, right? Now, with that being said, I do want to see if there's a massive fall off here. I want to see if we have capitulation on the miners. All the people that were back in the mining stocks are now trying to flip back to like Coinbase stocks. It is what it is. Just, we got to chill and keep our heads straight. Over trading right now is really going to hurt yourself. This was really the last thing I saw to just start packing bags. I'm not really looking to, I haven't been since here, and I'm still not. I'm just trying to pack bags, pack bags. If I can get a trade in that can help me increase the number of coins I have, I'm definitely going to try to do that. That's something I do. Sometimes you guys saw me do that in Q4 when we were scalp trading and doing some swing trading on say on the blowouts. Sell high, buy low, and repeat. I don't make any US dollar amounts on that, but I get free Say or free crypto whenever I do it. So that's something I've been focusing on. But regardless, this vertical line here is our halvening. It's coming up on like 418. I've run the math a few different ways. Now, mind you, when you look at these numbers for Grayscale, they fluctuate a lot. 80 million to 280 million to 250 to 500. They fluctuate a lot. So it's really hard to see how much powder Silbert has left. With that being said, ballpark math, I think Silbert is going to be out of crypto, assuming it has to go to zero, which we know it doesn't. Grayscale's not going to go to zero. Eventually, Grayscale is going to go flat and then actually start consuming, pending some weird lawsuit or something crazy. But somewhere in here, I think September-ish, Q3. I think by Q2 it's wrapped up. I think by Q3 it's consumption. So you're going to have Bitcoin halvening, and then you're going to go into Grayscale running out of powder. And we don't know where this is yet. We're just going to have to eyeball it. He's got a lot of spot powder to feed these guys. But once that's out and we're past the halvening, I don't know where this crypto is going to come from. Frankly, the North American exchanges, I think, are going to get squeezed. We've seen depegging before on altcoins where we've had issues with like deposit addresses getting screwed up and stuff. And we've seen some crazy things. One of the things I can show you guys is Say USD on Coinbase versus Say on Binance. This should stay pegged, but it doesn't. Way back in the day, and the Rainbow Trends tools are not going to catch this because this is normal. So typically what this chart is showing you is the price on Coinbase versus the price on Binance. If the arbitrage is bots are doing what they're supposed to be doing, it should be 1-to-1. What that means is the price of Say on Coinbase is the same price as Binance. But at some point early on in the Say run, Coinbase messed up their deposit functionality on their exchange. Say didn't break, Coinbase kind of did, briefly. And deposits quit working. And what we saw was price moved up. Well, that can't be right. Well, okay, 200%, that sounds good. I'm looking for 30. It was like Thanksgiving of last year. There it is. I was really moving up into that damn point. Anyway, this is what I was looking for. This is where they had the deposit issue, I believe, because it was around, yeah, it was Thanksgiving. This is the one. I actually traded this. Say blew out like 25% here just on the arbitrage. And it was because they were landlocked. People could not deposit addresses, could not deposit Say to Coinbase. So we got little glimpses here. On the USD value, this went up 30% higher than the price. So I immediately sold all of the Say that I had on Coinbase, and I ran it over to Kraken, and I bought lower. And I literally 1.28 did whatever X my entire Say bag on the way up with that huge run. So one of my best trades of last year, and I just happened to be lucky to look at my phone on vacation and see that it was up 30%. And I just immediately market sold, threw the funds over to Kraken, bought, and I shot a notification to the Rainbow Discord. I was like, guys, sell this on Coinbase if you have it. You can't deposit it, you can't arbitrage it, don't ask questions. Like, there's a free trade here if you want it. And a few of the guys took it, so shout out. And always, it's good to have multiple exchanges to give you guys some diversification to take advantage of that. Normally we see stuff blow out on like Kraken, not on Coinbase, but this is the most recent example. Ethereum Classic used to do this back in like 2017, 18 and stuff like that. It would get landlocked and just pump. So keep an eye on that. It's typically when these type of things happen, if you happen to have the coins on one exchange, it's a one-way free trade. No matter how you spin it. It's just, if price is 30% higher on one exchange and I have coins on that exchange, sell and go buy it somewhere else. Just how you can get away with something there. But you guys are blowing up the messages. And by the way, like I said, if you guys are on Twitter, which most of you guys are, comments do not work on Twitter. So if you want to comment in Twitch, I can actually see it, or YouTube. And let's see, you guys are talking Soul and Whiff. Oh, so Whiff's up 3.4. They're gonna put it on the dome, aren't they? Let me check Soul. Soul's ripping. 184. I get a little flat because I don't like Soul, but it's I like and dislike projects for some dumb reasons sometimes. So this one in particular had so much Alameda involvement. Just without Sam Tribucco and Caroline and Jill, I just didn't want to mess with it. I still have some Soul bags and they're doing well, but it's not something I'm heavy on. So anyway, what's up, Talk Slick? What's up, server? Tobasco. Allegedly he's in the States now, so maybe he's not in Singapore anymore. Not that I know. But anyway, if we zoom way out on the daily on Soul, I've posted my cheat sheet a bunch of times. If you can see volume expansion on the split bot, the split volume tool, that's what that is. But we're crunching. We're crunching, and we're going for the all-time order block. So, you know me, you know Rainbow Theory. Some of you do, some of you don't. You get to these like all-time high order blocks, it's a really good take profit area. And this is the last one before we go into price discovery. Like, price has never gone above 270 unless it's like a weird exchange that had no liquidity. Essentially, this is your make or break area from 220 to like 260. It's a big order block. I get that, but it's the double top here that prints this order block, and there is going to be an ungodly amount of sell walls stacked in here. There's just nothing you can do about it. Now, with that being said, this is a really good area to risk off, because if this thing comes back and retest, you can grab it again, right? The big thing is with this is, or at least you can move your stops up along the way. Don't get loose here. Everyone has crazy euphoria. That's when the whales wreck you. Don't ride it all the way up and then destroy it. Like, we literally had some guys buy below $15 on the Rainbow Trends Discord, and they've held it from $13 to $180. So to the dudes who've done that, no more P&L posting. Post the actual Lambos. I want to see the pictures of the fishing boats, guys. I'm joking, but they killed that trade, and I didn't want to touch it because of Caroline. But anyway, what I'm saying here is be really careful. This is the U40 order block, and if it rejects, do not give your gains back. For all intents and purposes, once we get above this top pivot, race is on. And it's a lot easier to hop back in, so keep that in mind. It's real easy to protect yourself, get real skittish. Just wait till it breaks above, and then you can just party on. That's kind of how I look at it. I mean, it's the same thing like with Ethereum. You guys have been watching me chart this Ethereum for a very long time. This is a really messy chart for a lot of reasons. Let me go to another one. We're channel walking up. This isn't the one that's annotated, but let me just draw it real quick. I'm not going to do all the horizontals. That's on the other one. It's on Twitter if you want to find it, but that's essentially the giant daily order blocks that we have from the Ethereum all-time high, and we're crunching through them. You know what? I spent the time on this mic. I'm going to go ahead and do it right, since we're doing a professional show today. My cheap mic. We're coming through. We made it through this one. We just rounded off and hit the second one, and we had some rejection here, albeit we're pretty hot. Those are the daily order blocks, and we're just walking through. And now we're going to try to get to the next one at 440, and then the all-time high, which is like 4,900. I get less risk averse once we actually get some candles confirming this, especially if we peek our heads above it, do a sweep, and then move up. That's the bingo. I'm really long and interested. That's where I'm really wanting to get going. Now, mind you, where am I seeing that right now? Everyone who's talking about nuking today, price is still $72,000. I don't know what nuke you guys are talking about, but check this out. This is the all-time high order block. This is the all-time high pivot. Kissed it. We're above it. So the next move I want to see is a walk up. I don't want to keep testing this and go down, but as most people were like really scared of what they saw there, I really like order block confirmation. You break through, you confirm it, this is your floor, and then once you confirm that like this bad boy's your floor, dude, that's your base for the next bull run. If that's the base for the next bull run, it's at $72,000. Now, mind you, this is not financial advice. Everything on the stream is intended for educational purposes only. Mind that. Frankly, this is an art channel. It's not a crypto channel. And even if this was mistaken for a crypto channel, this should be considered as bad advice, as well as most of the stuff is probably securities. Even Gensler himself disagrees with the court. He's the head of the SEC, so you shouldn't be touching this stuff. We want to lock into that 0.03 savings account plan at your local bank. We're not here for the money, we're here for the art. But anyway, I digress. I really like it. So people are like scared out of their mind. It's a delicate thing. A lot of people in a lot of the people that keep shorting these rallies, they keep calling, it's gone up, it hasn't come back down. Where's my 30% nuke? Where's my 50% nuke, right? This is crypto. Frankly, I don't know how you get a nuke if there's not enough food to go around. But at the same time, we haven't had a proper nuke since FTX went down and Caroline tried to make a deal on Twitter with CZ. So shout out to those dudes. You guys did a really good bang up job there. But my point is, you could wait for the 30% nuke. You could. But even then, 30% nuke is only 70 to 50. And that sounds god awful, but I've welcome to crypto. I've seen 50% moves in a day before, right? On big boys. And I don't know how you're going to nuke through these mouths unless they're the ones dumping it. So I do want to, go back to Josh's comment. We're bullish until it's not. This stuff flips red, they could seriously nuke this market. They could. Now, timing wise, we're not in the bear market like typical calendar. Like, we're not back in the trenches of like the typical stock to flow and all the different halving timings. Pick your favorite one, whatever. Timing wise, that's kind of the thing and not there. Now, the problem is though, if you keep waiting for like a 30% nuke, right? What if you have to watch price go up 200%? Do you want to sideline for 100% and wait for a 30% pullback that may never come? That's a risk too, right? So it sucks. It really sucks, and a lot of people are battling with it. And I go read some of the recent stuff from Crypto Cred. That would be my advice. He's done some really good write-ups, and he writes better than I could ever. So there's not even a point of me trying to do it. But the point I'm saying is we don't see a lot of red candles here. I'm not getting nasty paint on the Rainbow Trends stuff. Like, once we left this, it's been gone. And the ETFs are coming, the ETFs are here, and everything's gone crazy. And there's just, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, people are buying Bitcoin at rates way higher than the miners are producing, and they're putting it in cold storage. With that being said, if you've noticed one thing with me, I prefer watching Ethereum and Coinbase kind of the same. And trying to read into which one's giving me the easiest signal. Now let me turn Channel Walker off and let me show you guys something. It's this one. We're turning on Josh Olowick's custom clouds, and I'm just gonna do cloud only. So no matter what we're doing, we've been on a crazy run, and I've got annotations everywhere. And Ethereum has an ETF coming up. I think I posted in the Discord alerts. It's like May 28th, I think. It's the last day the SEC can approve or deny. So I think it's like right here. We do a vertical line on May 28th. BlackRock gets their Ethereum ETF that day or not. It's a yay or nay. We don't know. The odds were better for Bitcoin to get it. So it's not in the bag. Let me take a drink real quick. Hold on. It's not in the bag, but it's coming up, and price is acting like it's in the bag. Now, with that being said, we have a nice, thick, awesome 4-hour cloud here running up. Now, I'm not bearish on Ethereum at all. I think personally we're going to be crunching into this date, and then I'm really going to be pumping my brakes and trying to protect myself. What's up, Aslan? But with that being said, we're not going to hold a 4-hour cloud for 5 years straight. I'd love to be wrong. I would love to. 100,000 Ethereum sounds amazing. My point is, eventually this bad boy is going to flip. And this was one thing I was actually asking in the Discord is like, has anybody ever counted how long these can print? I'm curious. Because you go back and look at some of the all-time highs. This one in particular is what I keep seeing. This one. We ran one up, printed an all-time high, and that was all she wrote. Big cloud here. Let me turn the reversion bands off, even though the reversion bands are like one of my best tools. Right? They run, they flip. Now we're not in bull market, but you can tell like we run a big fat cloud for a month straight. Yeah, maybe. But so far we've had a run, reconsolidation, run again. So, long story short, I think we're bullish going into this, and Lord help us if the ETFs start consuming Ethereum at ridiculous rates. Remember, Ethereum is a deflationary asset at this point currently, with the current build, because they keep updating it. So shout out to my Bitcoin maxis. We don't know technically what's the max supply, but it is going down for what it's worth. It's been going down for like a year, so kind of like both. I kind of like both. But my point is this is really, really, really good run. I don't want you guys, and I don't want myself to get complacent and have this bad boy do this. I don't. So whenever this thing cuts through this cloud, I'm going to get really, really interested in what's happening, and potentially get out or reassess or see if we start printing sideways or something, right? And then we go back up, because like bull market stuff, I'm looking at like 2025. It's really where I'm at. Now, mind you, if like Dave the Wave stuff hits and we hit like $170,000 Bitcoin by like May of this year, sure, let's call it a day. Let's take some profits. Ethereum would probably be like 15 grand. Woohoo! I can't even imagine what a node would put out at that point. Minimum of 32. But what I'm saying is pump your brakes and check them. This can't just keep doing this. And a lot of my words get construed as like I'm bearish on Ethereum. I'm not. I just understand that this current trend, if we project it, let me go to daily. Like, by the end of the year, if we keep going this fast, just eyeballing it, right? The yearly would be $400,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I mean, I'm bullish Ethereum, but I'm not that bullish, right? So just keep that in mind. This is something that's bugging me. And look, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating this. Like, that's the trajectory. The trajectory right now of Ethereum is $400,000 by the end of the year. Now, dudes, they're going to run out of Lambos if that's the case, and that would be friggin' awesome. But reality says that's probably not going to happen. I'm fairly confident the market cap of Ethereum would be 20x the market cap of gold at this point. Not Bitcoin gold, like gold. So that type of like market cap's not really possible. You really, like, I start getting uncomfortable at like 30,000, let alone 400,000. So like, you know, so let's say we even go to my uncomfortable number by like 2025. That's still a dance to get there, right? We can't just keep going. We've got to slow down at some point. So by all means, dudes, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying it's hot and it's been sustained hot for a very, very long time. And there's a date where Gary Gensler could come in, be an idiot, and tell us, nope, it's a security, not doing an ETF. ETF, no. And since I've been messing with the mic, do the whispers work? I don't know. I have to check because my dumbass does whispers during streams when I talk about Gary. But anyway, it could happen. So if this thing's just screaming into this ETF and everyone's like, Gensler's gonna do it, and then their Twitter gets hacked and they say no and this nukes, I warned you here. You check yourself. I'm not ever gonna say short this stuff, but what I'm saying is like, do not give your profits back to these dudes. They don't deserve it. So I hope that makes sense, because when I try to do some tweets about this, people are like, why are you bearish on Ethereum? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just bothered by how hot it is. We can't go to 400K by the end of the year unless they like prove Vitalik's dad is Satoshi Nakamoto. Like, that's the only way I can figure it out. Anyway, Sniping Snake, what is up? Oof. I'm sorry, Snake. I'm sorry. But now that I've kind of rambled for 45 minutes, let me go back to Sol and take a look at that. Yeah, Sol's still going 185. I think we're going to go to 220 and then we'll see. Maybe everything just keeps going. We get the Ethereum ETF approval. Bitcoin just keeps doing all-time highs and money starts going crazy. I mean, frankly, even the feds we're talking about today, they are considering the price of Bitcoin affecting their rate decisions. Whether that's really true or not, Doppel's probably going to start screaming at me in the chat, because he actually follows every Fed's comment. So shout out to Dopp. It's kind of interesting. They're like, man, we may not cut rates if Bitcoin keeps going up. Well, F you. You've killed the dollar, is what it is. So anyway, shout out to Aslan. He's asking about Aave. We got to check Aave. And we're overdue. You guys have been watching me talk about Aave for what felt like years, even though it was just months. It's finally walked out of this most perfect Wyckoff accumulation. And we hit it early. We didn't hit it in hindsight. And I just thought of, like, I could be really annoying on a stream now that I just moved that, because I could make the whale go doo, doo. Sorry. I could do backflips maybe. That'd be cool. Not really. Probably tacky. Anyway, we've been drawing this out, and I was like, man, this is the link chart. 2 years of accumulation, send. I got really, really interested here. Some of the Rainbow Trends dudes also played around in this, and then it pulled back, and now it's gone. So I hit it like a month early. I kept my bags. I just kept coping with tweets. But now I'm like way up. We hit like 150. We've almost got to my first TP, which is based on the daily order block here. There's no rocket science. If you go watch the tutorials on the website, I try to take partial profits at different TP levels, and these are the 2 TP levels for me. And since we've been struggling so long below $100, I don't really have a TP3 listed here above 280, if you've noticed, because it's taken too long to get there. But it's really like, if I had to show you guys, and I want all the clout if we actually do this like in the next 6 months, but if we hit those numbers, that'd be awesome. And quick little tutorial, get the little horizontal ray, set it up as the dashes, and you can draw those out further. I wish I could draw these all the way across the chart, but it crashes PineScript. A lot of my stuff does. So I have to code it right up to the edge of which Pine will allow me, whether it's the variable limitations or whatnot. So I apologize, but that's how I do it. You can do the little ray tool and change the colors here. That's my green, that's my red, the 2-point, and then use the dash line, and you can shoot these across the screen indefinitely. So anyway, that's how I do those charts where you see me zoomed way out. And then I do the little rectangle tool. You can do red, 22, 2x, no border, and you can make these, and you can make them extend to the right. So that's how I do extend to the right. So it's not a box, it's like a rectangle array thing. So anyway, that's how I draw even crazier paint. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is an art channel. And for the guys who've been with me for a long time, does this mic sound better? It's the same mic, but I got so many filters and professional stuff going on, and Shout out to Crypto Data and the Tom Crown, not one of the other 30 impersonators. They've helped me out with the mic setups, and I may be upgrading to some more expensive actual equipment, which I'm kind of excited about, but not at the same time. Mic sounds great. Thanks, Pixa. It does sound clean. Yeah, like it's gonna sound ridiculous, but because my dummy self whispers when I talk about the SEC, it throws the AI filters on a tangent and they mess up and it starts going and so if I was like a normal podcaster who talked at normal levels at all times, I'd have been in the bag, but not my dummy. But try not to cuss because I have been permabanned before from Twitch, and it is what it is. But anyway, we're getting close up to like 9 o'clock. We got a lot of new guys on stream today. It's like 150 people on. Jeez. Reminder, we're gonna go back into the Discord and hang out and share screens. And if you guys want to ask questions about how Aave is the best thing in the world, we can chart that. We can chart Doge, whatever. And normally my Cyan OGs show up and take really good questions and talk about stuff that they're not willing to post publicly. So there's actually been some really good calls in those roundtables. So make sure you hop on the Discord and come say hi. I wish I could do open mics on stuff like this, but the truth be told, I've been permabanned before and had to go through a lot of stuff to get technically a permanent ban reversed. So I can't do open mics on the broadcast streams just because one crazy word can get me banned. And believe it or not, Twitch logs your IPs. So you can't just create a new account and keep trucking. You have to I guess VPN, but that's gonna kill your render. Oh, by the way, I changed the resolution of the outputs to the bars and stuff actually look pretty clean. I hope it does. And also, if anybody knows how to make Twitter work, it looks like it's working, but the comments don't work at all. And I don't really know what's going on. And frankly, I think most of the Twitter guys are kind of busy with the launch today. So shout out to those dudes because they launched literally the largest human-made object ever into space that we know of. I'm trying to think if there's anything else big we've blown up and moved, but anyway. Render, it's moving. Now, I will show you guys how I took an L this week on Render. That's all zeroed out. Reversion bands. So I took an L on Render. My buddy Freeman in the Discord, one of my OGs from Moonshot that I DM all the time with questions, and if I ever script anything on chain, he's the dude who helps me save it. So love that dude. Brush. He bought here when 9K and everybody else was talking about a Deathwick, because that was legit a Deathwick, and rode this up to like a 75, 50 or 50+% spot trade. I saw 50% move. I saw pink candles. I exited, and I was waiting for this to pull back to like this pivot area so I could get back in. AI don't care. AI is acting like Honey Badger right now. Nvidia is acting like Honey Badger right now, and it moved up even further, kissed the actual Cyan machine learning bands, and started fading a little bit. And I was like, I'm just gonna re-enter. So I re-entered around here, and I lost a good amount of like potential profit. So I lost potential profits. I didn't lose money, but it stunk because I could have just held it. Would have been okay, but I saw the colors that I wanted, and it didn't happen. So either way, it's kind of is what it is. FET is the other one that's doing really, really well like that. FET just blows out. Went all the way up to Cyan, went sideways, and it hasn't barted. Like, that's a textbook BART, but it's not barting. And it's just AI narratives are hot, Sol narratives are hot, all that type of stuff. What's up, Wowie? The other one is AKT USD. So if you guys don't know, AKT is another AI crypto narrative token. And it's on Kraken right now, and I believe Binance. Probably Binance, if not, like, I'm sure, what doesn't Mexi have? The point being, this one was recently roadmapped by Coinbase and is coming to Coinbase. So if we've got all these normies coming into crypto and they start becoming more degenerate and they wanting more and more and more, I think to like quote 9K, like AI is real easy to sell them on. That's gonna really be something that they can want because they understand the NVIDIA trade. So I'm looking at AI tokens, which is like Render and Fetch. This is the other one that I'm watching, and it just got roadmapped by Coinbase, and Coinbase hired my boy Altcoin Psycho, who's a big AKT supporter. He's been talking about AKT for years, back when it was like way less than $1. And it's moving up, and it's going to get a major listing. But if you are a Krakenite, you can get access to AKT right now and potentially front run that Coinbase listing. So something I've been trying to point some guys to. I don't know anything about the project. I just know it's AI token that's not on Coinbase yet, but it is coming. So that's kind of a easy narrative. And since they've announced that, it's done nothing but like up. I think I got in. I think I initially bought like below 270. It's like doubled, like February. I don't know. It's. I'm not trying to brag. I just don't. It's not a huge bag, but I'm starting to try to load that up personally. I'm trying to build a position in it. But anyway, NVIDIA. Oh shoot! Thank you, sir. I meant to mention that NVIDIA conference starts on the 18th, and it's not just an NVIDIA conference. It's an NVIDIA AI conference. So if you're a big render bro, the rumor, and I don't know what this credence I can do on the rumor. It's like, I think 3-day festival. It's a 3-day convention, I think 2 or 3 days. It's posted in the Discord in my alerts if you guys want to go find it. It's coming. It's the 15th, right? It's the 14th or 15th. Anyway, it's coming soon. Next week, right? Monday? I don't know. I'm all out of whack for obvious reasons. If you've guys seen any of my status updates, I apologize. But anyway, that's coming. And people keep rumoring that there's going to be NVIDIA announcing that they are going to be working with a crypto token. So God help us if NVIDIA comes in and says Render's going to be their token. Price may go back in time, right? Price may start doing this up. We don't know. I'm joking, but it's going to go up. But we don't know if that's true. So if people are betting on a rumor and the rumor gets on this date, that's when I know volatility is going to hit. It's not just going to go, oh yeah, NVIDIA proved it. It's going sideways. Nope. It's going to go straight up. Or they're going to announce that, hey, we didn't go with Render. We went with AKT. What's Render going to do? Just be careful. You guys see me all the time. Like I talk about, like I'm not in the trade, but like my eyes are focused on the chart here. I think a response is going to happen. If the response hits, I action it. If it doesn't, whatever. I just sideline. The answer to most of your trades, people say it's like, you want to be exposed? 9 times out of 10, you should be sitting cash, right? Albeit right now, bull market's a little bit different things, but we've been waiting for this for a while. This is the other one I'm watching. I really think this is set up to do a typical SHIB play, and we are talking memes. SHIB does one of two things. It pumps up like 100%. It goes sideways. Volume shows up, and it's either bullish volume, and it goes up for like another 100%, or it's dead volume, and it bleeds way back to like the baseline. Now, the old SHIB, the OG SHIB, back when we saw it on like buses, this SHIB went vertical twice and then bled for like damn near a year. We've only really pumped once and kind of reconsolidated. So I'm watching it and I have my alerts set and I want to see this thing move. If this thing really moves, buckle up. And then I'm going to try to intelligently trade a quote unquote blue chip meme coin. But my invalidation is very, very, very simple. Very simple. Number go low, I'm screwed. and I need to get out. I don't want to hold a Bart. Never, ever, ever, ever hold a Bart. Like, they will melt your faces off because, frankly, guys, that's what they're designed to, and that would be a 60% down draw. So realize you're playing with fire on the memes, but this is something I've seen before. I've seen Shib do exactly this, and the last time it did this, it did this. Went sideways, but instead of it going up again, it just started bleeding. And the whales offloaded for like a year. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Painting all types of art for you guys. But with that being said, I want to wrap it up here. Thanks for coming out. Definitely check us out at the website and join us on the Discord. And I'm not talking about it because I don't know if I can keep my composure, but lost my pup today, unfortunately. His cancer came back yesterday and it knocked him down. So spent the day with the family doing that, and I got a lot of messages and DMs from a bunch of you guys, so I really appreciate it because that was like the coolest dog I've ever met ever, and he was with my entire family for like over a decade and watched my kids grow up and all that. So shout out to the guys who sent all the kind words today. It's much appreciated, even if I haven't gotten back to you. But gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, Twitter, I can't see your guys' stuff, but we're gonna move over to the Discord. It's all here, rainbow-trends.com. You can find us here, or you can find it in my socials. Hop on the Discord. I'll fire it up in there, and we'll see what the OGs are cooking. Frankly, a lot of the Cyan guys are trading degenerate stuff that's making me very, very uncomfortable, but they're being profitable, so I just have to be stressed and root for my boys. So anyway, and yeah, thanks, Pantaga. Anyway, love you guys. I will talk to you in a few minutes on the Discord. And if you're not going to be hopping on the Discord, I'll see you next week on Thursday. I'm trying to get some guests lined up for the next one. So I got a really, really nice guest coming soon. I'm really excited about, but I can't announce it until we get a date. But it might actually be a Friday to accommodate him. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming out. I'll